Camp Travis. Shortly after the United States ended World War I, the War Department ordered the establishment of 32 divisional training camps, 16 tent camps for the National Guard, and 16 camps with wooden buildings for the United States Army. Since the South Texas climate was favorable to uninterrupted training, and since Camp Wilson could easily be prepared to handle a division, San Antonio was chosen as one of the sites. Camp Wilson was 5 miles northeast of downtown San Antonio, on the northeastern adjacent boundary of Fort Sam Houston. In May 1916, it became the mobilization point for the Texas National Guard during the Mexican border crisis. On July 15, 1917, after its selection as a training site for the Texas-Oklahoma Division of the Army, it was renamed Camp Travis in recognition of Alamo Colonel William B. Travis. The camp was ready for occupancy on August 25, 1917. Camp Travis comprised 18,290 acres, of which 5,730 were on the main campsite adjoining Fort Sam Houston. The ranking officers were regular Army officers. The junior officers were primarily Texas and Oklahoma graduates of the officer training program at Camp Funston. The enlisted personnel consisted of Texas and Oklahoma draftees. Hispanics and Indians were intermixed with whites in the new draft division, but African Americans were assigned to the Camp Depot Brigade. The 165th Depot Brigade was devoted exclusively to African American troops. Many were musicians, and some of its members wore blackface in minstrel shows in San Antonio as well as Camp Travis. The image appearing in this presentation was taken in front of the Alamo. A careful examination of the photo reveals that the 165th Depot Brigade could conceivably be playing for an event honoring Colonel William B. Travis. Few people know that Colonel Travis was a lawyer and had a black slave whose name was Joe. Joe was one of the survivors of the Battle of the Alamo, and his grisly account of the battle solved the mystery of the besieged Alamo garrison for the Texas Revolution leaders, many of whom had had friends and relatives within its walls. His story spelled out the gravity of the situation of the Texas cabinet as the invading militia from Mexico crossed the frontier border. Legend has it that when the fighting was over, a militia member from Mexico yelled out in broken English, "Are there any Negroes here?" Miraculously, Joe survived the carnage. Joe stepped out from the darkness of his hiding place and replied, "Yes, one's here." 2 Mexican soldiers immediately lunged at Joe. One fired a round of buckshot into his side, and the other made a thrust with his bayonet, grazing Joe. A Mexican captain, whose name was Marcus Barragan, shoved the soldiers away in an act that undoubtedly saved his life. Joe's presence at the Alamo was well chronicled by historians, but nonetheless reduced to a footnote in the fabled Texas story. It has been established that there were other blacks inside the walls of the Alamo at the time of the assault. The identity of these black men, women, and children who either lived or died in the Alamo battle are shrouded in mystery. It is important to note that slavery was illegal in the Mexican province of Tejas prior to the outbreak of the Texas Revolution. Immigrants and Tejanos skirted the law by simply calling their slaves 99-year indentured servants or listing them as dependents. Mexican officials were also guilty of loosely enforcing the law. Thus, slaves were not always listed on census records, wills, and other legal documents. So who were these black people, and how did they end up inside the doomed Alamo garrison? Here's part of the answer. Not all blacks in the Alamo may have been slaves. An abolitionist by the name of Benjamin Lundy noted the presence of at least 2 free blacks in Beja on a trip there in 1833, 2 years prior to the Texas Revolution. At least one man witnessed the fall from the Alamo from outside its walls. Ben, an African American drifter, served as a cook for Santa Anna. From a window in town, roughly 500 yards from the Alamo, Brown watched as rockets signaled the start of the famed battle. Under the illumination of the rockets, Ben saw scores of Mexican soldiers at the foot of the Alamo walls. He later reported that the sound of a cannon from a window in town, roughly 500 yards from the Alamo, has been watched as rockets signaled the start of the famed battle. No one really knows what actually happened to Joe or Ben. One thing is for certain, both had a sense of history. Joe escaped on April 21st, 1837, on the first anniversary of the Battle of San Jacinto, a battle that gained his freedom. The picture you see before you is a testament that time has yet to redeem past injustices. Holding these soldiers in bondage yet after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation demonstrates the huge disparity in the value of life, democracy, liberty, and justice. I am personally appalled that the call for ringing the bell of freedom fell silent for our country, and one may see many parallels that suggest that the sound and feel of real freedom and justice continues to be distant and elusive for many.
When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold, and just like the most stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. Giving you all of my love, I'm still looking up. I'm still looking. And when you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find, what you find. 'Cause even the stars, they burn, some even fall to the earth. We gotta lie to learn. God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't wanna be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Girl, our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got shared. We got a lot at stake.
Once again,
And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I've got and what I'm not, and who I am. I won't give up. Won't give up on us. Even if the sky get rough. 'Cause I'm giving you all my Even if the skies get rough, I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above thy fruited plain. America, America, God share His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shore.